great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of invasion. Welcome back to the Immigration Answers Show. It's your old friend Jim Hacking. I'll be here for the next hour trying to answer as many immigration law related questions as I can. How is everybody doing? This is episode 563 of the Immigration Answer Show. If you didn't know it, we're going live every day during the month of Ramadan. We are on day 15. This is our 15th show in a row. We will be going strong all the way until Eid, which is probably 2 weeks from tomorrow. And then I'm going to take a little break and then we'll be back. So how's everybody doing? How was your weekend? I hope you had fun. I hope you had the chance to get outside. Here in St. Louis, it was nice weather. I don't know up north, my buddy Brent and my son Ibrahim, they got like a foot of snow, and it's snowing right now up in Minneapolis. Doesn't sound much fun to me. How about you guys? A lot of our favorites are here. Rocio's here. Hina's here. Hope is here. Julian's watching in London. Shauna is watching. Lindy is here. We got Arlene in Brooklyn. Alejandra's here. Rita's here. Gigi's here for the first time and in the waiting room. We'll get to Gigi in a bit. Phoenix is here. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. Afshan was waiting even before I got here. Afshan was here. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you. What can I help you with?
So if you remember, I was here a couple of weeks ago and we discussed the difference between a Pakistani divorce decree and a divorce certificate. And I met with a family lawyer and we established that my marriage to my 5-year husband, who is a U.S. citizen, was void. And yeah, so we got married again on the 15th.
Congratulations again. New anniversary date.
Yes. I mean, we still think of us as 5 years married.
Right.
So I have new questions today.
Okay.
In here, I brought my then 5-year-old son and 3-year-old daughter from my previous marriage with me. So they have been here 5 years. But now that we are submitting, I have all the paperwork done to submit. Now that we're submitting paperwork, I understand that I have to my husband has to submit I-130s for them each. And
How old are they?
Sorry?
How old are they?
They are currently 11 and 9.
Okay. Okay. So was anything filed before you figured out that? Right. That's what I thought. Okay. So at least that part's good. At least you don't have competing applications, and that would have confused them. So now you're filing an I-130 and everybody's here in the United States, right? So you're filing I-130s and I-45s for everybody.
Yes.
And you're filing it this week because it's going to be a lot more money next week.
Yes. I have it done to make sure I'm doing the right thing.
Yeah. Okay. So I-130 and an I-45 for everybody. I-131, I-765 for everybody. Medical you could do later. You don't have to do now, but you can. But only as long as it means you get the cases filed by Wednesday. I would say no later than Wednesday, and I would say Federal Express.
Okay, got it.
And then what about the affidavit of support? Is he good on that? Are you gonna have a co-sponsor or what?
No. So that I have another question about. We are over 125% on our pre-taxes.
Well, it's all about the adjusted gross income. The adjusted gross income is the whole shoot and match.
Okay, so that we are not. Okay, so adjusted gross income is below.
Yep.
So we need a co-sponsor for that.
Yep.
Okay. Good that we established.
Again, I'd still get it out the door. Even if you can't get the co-sponsor, I'd get it out the door with just your husbands and let them tell you that you need a co-sponsor and start as soon as you send it in, start working on it. I wouldn't wait to file next week or 2 weeks from now just to find a co-sponsor. I would file now.
Okay. And do my kids, who are his stepchildren, do they need a separate 864, is it?
They do.
For each one of them.
Yeah.
Not, I don't mind.
Nope. And so for purposes of the, and again, I'm not an affidavit support expert, and usually we don't talk about affidavit support on here, but so let's say that your husband was just sponsoring you. His adjusted gross income would need to be $30,000 or so. For each kid, you would add $6,000. So for him to be the only co-sponsor, he would need $42,000 adjusted gross income for each of the last 3 years. If it's not him, he still has to do it all, but then the co-sponsor has to hit that benchmark.
Okay, so let me clear this. We are a 5-person family. We have 3 kids, 2 are step, 1 is our child together.
Yeah. So then you add another $6,000 for that one. So now we're at $48,000.
So that's before.
So even though that kid doesn't need a 964, they still count in the calculations. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. All right. So they need separate 864s or 865, 864, right?
Yeah.
Do I list my children who are his stepchildren in the I-130 in part 4?
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay. In my. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, those are the questions I actually had.
All right. Good luck. You got a lot of work to do. Get going.
Yep. Thank you.
Bye, Afshan. See ya.
Bye.
All right. All right. Christian is here. Hello, Christian. You're on mute.
How's it going?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
Good, good. Finally got the good news. The wife's visa came through today. We went and collected her passport. Her visa's in her page is in there and everything. So pretty much all's good to go. We had that little bit of a wait for the medical report to come through because that wasn't available for her interview on time. So we had to wait.
Can we go over your timeline just so everybody learns? This is Johannesburg, right?
Yes. So we initially.
When did you file the I-130? Start back there.
The I-130 was July 1st, 2022. That's when we submitted everything. And then we got confirmation of everything. I think it was during September last year. And pretty much we got DQ'd on the 22nd of December. And then from there, we got an immigration letter or interview letter on February 1st for her interview on March 7th. And then the medical was on the 29th of March, basically a week, not March, 29th of February, a week before her actual interview. And that's where there was a bit of a delay because the medical report wasn't available.
I think we talked about that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I will be, once we're on that side of that, I will be putting a comprehensive PDF together with everything in detail. So if there's anyone else that would like that, will be available. And I'll give it to you so you can give it to, or you can give it to everyone.
Yeah, that'd be great.
My only question I know might seem.
Oh. Christian locked up.
The only question on my side is, now that we've got this, can we just book and go? I know we've got to pay the immigrant fee on USCIS,
Yep.
Which is $220. But after that, can we basically just book and travel?
Yes, you can.
Awesome. And then just one last question, and this is my last question. Well, it's still part of that. It's actually 2 questions. In relation to that, with the booking, would it have to be a round trip, or can we just book one-way flights? Because you hear stories of people saying, "No, you've got to book the round trip in case they send you back," anything like that.
Nope, you're good to go.
Okay, and then this is my last question. This is just in relation to the address that we are staying at. So on our I-130, we initially were going to be staying with my mother and stepfather upon arrival in Boulder, Colorado, but we're actually now going to be staying at an apartment that they own in Salt Lake City. Is this something that we need to change or notify USCIS about?
Well, they're going to send the green card somewhere. So are they going to send it to the old address? Is that okay? You can still get access?
Yes. That is fine because my mother, she works for Delta, so she's in and out of Salt Lake City on an almost daily basis from Boulder.
I wouldn't mess with it. I would just leave it alone.
Okay. Okay. No, perfect. But yeah, that's
awesome,
that's all the
Christian. I'm
news from
happy
our
for
side.
both of you. Is she excited?
Thank you. Very.
Awesome. Awesome. Where
So,
where
yeah.
in you're going to be in Utah? Is that what you said?
Yes, we're going to be staying in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Nice. Very nice. Very pretty there. Awesome.
It is.
Thanks so much. See you,
Awesome.
Christian.
Thank you.
Bye, buddy. All right. Somebody's here to say thanks. What's up?
Hey, Mr. Jim, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing well, doing well. Thank you for accepting my call, and Ramadan Mubarak. I'm Muslim as well.
Thank you. Thank
So,
you.
so let's talk hypothetic. So
Oh,
let's say,
my favorite. Okay. Hypothetically.
yeah. So a U.S. citizen, right? So let's say if he has like kids, but they don't live in the U.S. and they live in his country, but somehow he was able to get a visitor visa to the U.S. So let's say they come for a visit, and after 60 days, they decide that they want to stay here because they like it. So how does it work? Is it the same process as like I-130 and 485, or is like, and they're underage, they're not 18,
Who's going to petition for them?
the U.S. citizen?
What's the relationship?
Oh, his daughters.
So there's a U.S. citizen who's in the United States, and he has daughters who live overseas, and they have a visit visa to the United States.
Yes.
And the question is, if they come to the United States and wait 60 days and apply for adjustment of status, what will happen?
Yes.
And how old did you say they were?
5 and 1.
And are we sure that these children are not already U.S. citizens?
No, because I don't think so. Because, okay, so they were born after, no, he became citizen after they were born.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Yeah. So if he applies, he could apply for green cards for both of them, and they would just stay here till they get their green cards.
okay, so it's just going to be like the same I-130 and 485?
And yeah, all of it. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I see. So, okay, so it's the same as the consular process. The only difference is the time, right? I mean, the only difference is that they're gonna avoid going to the embassy in their country. That's the only difference, right?
Well, it'll probably be faster, and I mean, it's a totally different process. It's the I-130 and the I-45, the 131 for the travel document, the 765. They should apply for work cards, even though they're little kids.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Jim. Yeah, I think I have a last question, but I forgot. But thank you, Mr. Jim. I really appreciate it.
All right, buddy. Ramadan Mubarak.
Thank you. You too.
Okay, bye. Yvette is here. Hello, Yvette. You're still on mute. There you go.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I am so glad to meet you.
Awesome.
So I've been talking with my husband. He's in Nigeria, and I heard you say yesterday that Nigeria is always the place that's kind of frowned on.
Yeah, they're very harsh on Nigerian cases, especially for men.
Okay. Well, I visited in November of 2022, and then I went back in March of 23, and we got married. We applied on July 4th, 2023.
Okay.
I just came back for our wedding anniversary with his parents. My sister and my daughter went with me, so we all went together.
Okay.
But we have no movement. It says on the page since July, it just says it's taking longer than usual.
So it's still at USCIS.
Yes,
And what was the filing date?
July 4th.
Oh, that's not unusual. I mean, I think most I-130s right now are taking 12 to 14 months.
Okay, 12 to 14 months. Okay.
So we're not even at the Nigerian part yet. We're still at the same old as everybody married part, as everybody free to marry part. So you're okay.
Okay. But you're saying that when we get to the other, that's when it gets harder.
Well, yeah, and the embassy in Nigeria, it's not the slowest, but it's sort of slow. But here's really the only reason he needs to worry about. This is the deal.
Okay.
Has he ever been to the United States?
He has not.
Okay, so that's going to make life easier. Has he ever been married before?
He was very young.
Uh-huh. And we have no doubt that the divorce is legal.
It's legal.
Okay. And then here's the kicker. Has he ever applied for a visa to the United States?
He has not. He was in Dubai 8 years. He worked in Dubai and then he had to come back.
Okay. So in fairness, and just so that maybe put you at ease a little bit, the real reason we get in trouble sometimes with Nigerian cases is the scenario where somebody is married back home.
Okay.
They apply for a visit visa while married. Then they get divorced and come to the United States and marry an American person, right? So that's really where the problem is, because a lot of times that divorce decree that they had to get in order to marry the American is not real.
Okay.
So as long as that divorce is 100% legal, and as long as he didn't apply for a visa before, I think you're going to be fine.
Okay. Okay. So, but you said we still 12 to 14 months. That's normal.
Yeah, my friend Orlia just put in the comments, it's very usual. We have filed the I-130 12 months ago and still no movement. So I think it's, to me, I've been telling everybody 12 to 14 months was ridiculous because it used to be 4.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is my 3rd time going, and
Yeah, so that's good too. Is there an age gap?
It is an age gap.
How much?
17 years.
They'll give him a hard time for that.
Okay.
But 3 times visiting, that's good.
Yes, I with mom got a lot of pictures. My sister and my daughter went too with me. So.
Okay, so that's good. It's all going to come down how he does at the interview. That's going to be the whole shooting match, Yvette.
Okay, all right.
So tell him to be very humble and very deferential and very. I mean, you and he can call me back if he gets his interview notice. Call me back and we'll practice.
Okay, thank you so much. Much love to you. Thank you so much.
See ya.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Oh, we had fun yesterday. I don't know. Probably everybody wasn't watching. But big up herself, Donna came on. Donna was on the show yesterday, Hula. You missed it. It was great. You got to go back and watch it. She was very excited. And her son is up in Minnesota on an H-1B, so he's going to come on too. I think we should have them both on together. She was a trip. And he was talking. Everyone was saying, Ryan, your mom seems very nice. And he said, she's a very kind lady. So he was saying nice things about his mama on the comments. It was very, very sweet. Very sweet. I loved it. AJ ceremony scheduled. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, Jim.
How you doing, buddy?
Good to see you again. I'm good. Thank you. Jim, I got to say, you are lucky for me because I just started watching your YouTube like just 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I was like, let me check my status. And I checked it and it says notice was mailed for the ceremony.
Nice. So when is it?
I'm actually pretty excited. I just saw it like 2 minutes ago. Literally. It's in the courthouse. It's June 18th.
June 18th. Oh, that far out. Wow.
Yeah, but they do that because we have a backlog here.
Yeah. Well, that's all right. They'll give you plenty of time if you want to vote, and that's great. Congratulations.
I was not expecting it this soon. Actually, I just called USCIS this morning, and they were like, yeah, we requested your ceremony date on the 19th. And they were like, yeah, give us a call back in 90 days if you don't hear anything. And just 5 minutes ago, I checked the status, and it was like, boom.
Awesome.
Good.
Great. Thanks, AJ. Thanks for letting us know. Let us know as you get closer, okay?
I'll keep posted. I'll come back on the show once I have my
awesome. That'd be perfect.
Thank you.
Yep, that's the day before my anniversary and Pineapple Lemon's birthday. So everybody's happy for you, AJ. Thanks, buddy.
And that's also just before Juneteenth.
Yeah, Juneteenth is my anniversary date. Yep, for sure.
Nice. Okay.
See you, buddy.
Thank you.
All right. That was AJ. Always good to see him and always good to get good news. What was I going to say? My wife was in here sneaking around looking for gift cards. I don't know why she's looking for gift cards, but that's what she was doing. Mustafa is here. Hello, Mustafa.
Hello, Jim.
How you
Thanks
doing?
for having me.
Sure.
Yes, sir. So we applied for the K-1 visa, and we finished with the USCIS, moved to MVC, then embassy interview, and we placed into administrative processing for my fiance. It's done in Ankara, Turkey.
Administrative processing. How come?
Yeah. They asked for her resume. She has a master's degree. She's a faculty.
She's a what?
She didn't have her resume.
What does she do?
She's a faculty in Density University.
And
She
what
teach
passport does she have?
biotechnology.
What passport does she have?
Iraqi.
Iraqi. Okay, so Iraqi and biotechnology. So that's admin processing almost for sure. Yeah. How long ago did she get admin processing?
Back in December 1st.
Oh, that's a long time. Okay, what's your question?
So, writ of mandamus or not yet?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
So, I'm hearing some conflicting news, on the Facebook, YouTube, you name it. So, people saying we're getting motion to dismiss. People saying we're fighting the motion to dismiss. So, what's your take on that, please?
We are getting motions to dismiss, but almost the vast majority of them are coming when there's been no interview. So when there's been an interview, I mean, when did the I-129F get approved?
April last year.
Oh, so the State Department's only had it for a year, roughly, right?
Yep.
I mean, it depends. I think it's worth a shot. It might get a motion to dismiss, but 9 out of 10 cases don't get motions to dismiss. And the ones where most of them do is when there hasn't been an interview. So I would feel confident filing one. I can't guarantee you they won't file a motion to dismiss, but I'm ready whenever you are.
One last question. If someone filed a motion to dismiss and let's say, writ of mandamus, and that went to a motion to dismiss, can they file one after 6 or 8 months?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Bye, Mustafa. See you, buddy.
Thank you.
All right. Rocio's wondering how long Amani has had to put up with me. We've been married. It'll be 25 years. We're having our 25th anniversary this year. And I think we're going to Belize. We'll see. Belize would be nice. If anybody from Belize is watching, still looking around where to stay, so open for suggestions. Gonna go to see Gigi now. Hello, Gigi.
Hi, Jim.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Great. What's up?
All right. So me and my siblings, we had an interview today, and my stepdad went with us. So I am currently 22. My brother is 17, and my sister's 12. And we filed back in January. He filed back for us in January 2021.
Okay.
So when we got there, the officer said he was contemplating to interview us because he didn't have my mom's file.
He said what? He wasn't able to interview because he didn't have your mom's file?
He was thinking of not interviewing us because he didn't have my mom's file.
What field office?
The one in Atlanta.
Where? Atlanta?
Yes.
Atlanta. And so did he go ahead and interview or did he skip it?
He did not, because he said he didn't have her file and she wasn't there. But we called in before, and they were like, "Oh, since I'm 22, I can just come with my 2 siblings." And we wasn't even sure why they have an interview because they're still minors. But we still went, and my stepdad still went ahead and went with us. So she had to stay back because of my little brother, so the little brother is a citizen right now.
Yeah.
So have to be there. So she had to stay back to take him to school. And now it's like, we don't know if we're actually going to be rescheduled. I just don't know if this is okay or if it's not, or what the next steps could be.
Well, so I guess my first question is, did your stepfather also file a case for your mom?
Yes, he did.
And what's the status of that case?
She already has a green card. So she has been.
Well, first of all, I hate to say this, Gigi, but if you had called me last week and said, "Jim, should my mom go with us to the interview?" I would have said 100% yes.
Okay.
Because, okay. Did your mom get her green card through the Atlanta field office?
Yes.
Did she have an interview?
Yes, she did.
Oh my God, what lazy asses. That's just somebody being totally lazy. Totally lazy. I don't think you need to be worried. I just think it's unfortunate that happened. I think now you're probably just going to be stuck for a while waiting.
Like waiting scheduled.
How old were you when your mom and dad got married?
Wait, you mean like my
your stepdad and your mom? Yeah.
So they got married in 2017 in December. I am currently 22, 2023.
You were under 18. That's all I care about.
Yeah. I wasn't 18 yet.
Awesome. Well, I think you're just waiting. I mean, well, the reason I asked is I was worried if you were over 18, then things might be a little bit trickier.
Mhm.
But I think you're fine. I think you're just waiting. I think he was just being lazy. Hopefully, it'll just be 6 weeks.
Okay. So just wait within 6 weeks.
Hopefully.
All right. So if anything is not said, can we reach out to you? Is it something?
Oh, I'm here waiting for you, Gigi.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for the call. All right, I'm gonna go to Sergio, and after that, Sergio, there's nobody in the waiting room. The waiting room is empty. So if anybody has a question, this is your best chance. Otherwise, this show's gonna end early today. Sergio, how you doing? You're on mute.
I'm sorry. How are you
worries.
doing?
I'm good, buddy. How you been?
Good, thanks. So I finally got my my notice. I got a notice of action from USCIS
Uh-huh.
about my about the change of employer that this
Yeah.
company filed for me. Yeah, and I got the approval, but now I got the form. Well, in that notification it says that my I-94 was extended.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, and also my status, I believe. And so my question is, does that mean that I could travel with that I-94 to Mexico or no?
I don't know.
Because I remember one of those consultations I did with you, Jim, in person.
Yeah.
I think we asked you the same question back then about the I-94, if it was enough to travel. You said yes, but you know that page, that website that they have where you can basically check your
Yeah.
I-94. I see that it hasn't been updated yet. It still has
Sergio, are you Mexican national or Canadian national?
No, I'm a Mexican national.
So I think you have to get a stamp, don't you?
Yeah. Although I know cases of people that have traveled just with the I-94, which is valid, but the visa has expired.
Yeah.
But-
I just don't know about that one. I don't want to give you bad advice.
Okay. All right. I'll try to find out more, I guess.
Thanks, Sergio. See you, buddy.
Thank you. Good to see you.
All right. Good luck. Yep. Everyone's listing their bucket list of where they want to visit. Rosia wants to go to Venezuela. Juli's been there once or twice. And somebody else said they want to go to Russia. You know, I really wish I'd gone to Russia when I was in high school because I was studying Russian. I don't know if it's ever going to be safe to go back to Russia now as an American. We'll see. Musa is here. What do you say, Musa?
Yes, please.
Oh, there you go. Hi, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm Musa from Ghana.
Well, hello, Musa from Ghana.
Yes, please.
What's up?
Yeah, cool. This is my first time. I used to watch your program, but I said today I'm going to ask a question, which is bothering me. I have a case that's forward from NVC to the embassy since December. No, since
Musa locked up. Can you still hear me, Juli? Okay, so it's not me. TNT wants to go to Hajj. Yeah, Hajj would be good. I've been to Umrah, but not Hajj, TNT. All right, we'll have to see if Musa comes back. And BG's here. Hello, BG.
Hey, Jim.
How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. Well, I think 3 days ago, I saw that somebody was worried with their green card that has not yet been produced after 18 days.
Yeah.
I'm at 60 days. So should I be worried?
Yeah, I'd start bothering them.
I did send the request online and they replied saying that there's a backlog. Is that a thing? Or
I guess it is. I don't know how. I mean, it's ridiculous, but yeah, I guess it is. I mean, I told you that a couple months ago, it was you get approved on Monday, they produce your green card on Tuesday, and you get it on Thursday. I guess they've gotten away from that.
Okay, so it would just I saw on the letter it says that if you have not received either the fingerprinting or card being produced in 90 days, So that's why I was like, maybe I should just wait. But when I saw the person being worried after 18 days, I was like, I'm way past that. So
well, let us know when you get it, okay? So I know how long people should worry before they should worry.
Okay, and so the what I have is also the an asylum case that's still pending, no interview. But I had asked before if I should withdraw it before getting it, or if it would affect the green card. In this case, it's a marriage based. Would it actually be a case where they are holding on until I withdraw that, or?
Could be, but I doubt it. Usually, most people don't withdraw until they actually have the green card, which is what I'd want you to do. So I'd say maybe if you get to 90 days, we could talk about that, but I'd prefer you leave it on the books until you have the green card in your hand.
Okay, perfect. That's all I had.
Thanks, BG.
All right, bye.
Bye. All right. Afshan's back. She must have another question.
I just have one last question. So my girl and my 11-year-old, they've been out of status with me for the past 5 years. Do they have anything to worry about when we submit these applications and everything?
Nope.
Okay, that's it.
See ya. That was easy. All right, Nick is here. Hello, Nick.
Hi, Jim. How are you doing today?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing okay. A long-time listener, first-time caller.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Yeah. I got a question for you. So, my sister came to the United States on an F1 visa. She went to school. During her time at school, she met her now husband, but then got into an accident, like a drowning accident, and then the husband proposed to her on the hospital bed. So moving first forward, so they apply for the green card, they get the paperwork approved, they move in together, parents from both sides meet, kind of travel and all that's history. But then the spouse turns out not to be abusive, kind of holding a green card on her with a scissor saying like, hey, if you start calling your family, I'm going to cut this green card.
Wait, so just to be clear, she got approved for the 2-year green card.
Correct. Yes. Okay. So she got approved for it, but then now the abusive turned out to be abusive, locking her outside the house in the middle of winter, leaving her in the highway, such kind of, so like lots of roller coasters like those, mental abuse. So she ends up, looking for help, calling family to kind of go rescue her because she had been left like in the middle of, say, like in the UP of Michigan, the middle of nowhere with no internet connection, no nothing. And yeah, it was such a terrible situation. So
that is terrible.
So she ends up calling me to go kind of help her out. So I go pick her stuff up and bring her with me to come and stay with me. So once we did that, the husband starts threatening, hey, I'm going to file for divorce and stuff like that.
We don't need him anymore. We don't need him anymore. We're done with him. We don't need him one bit.
Correct. So all families get involved.
Can I just back up for a second, just so that I have a timeline?
Yes,
what's the start date on her green card?
July 15th July 2022.
Okay, so she has to file the 751 sometime in the next 3 months.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, and
sometime.
So did he file for divorce?
Sorry, not 2022. Sorry, 2023.
Okay,
so no,
another year.
Correct. Yes, just last year, 2023. Yes. So he ends up saying that he's not going to file for divorce because he's not ready to let this marriage be over, and so now starts changing the script.
Like
he is very, oh my, Jimmy is like the worst. We've never dealt with something like this. So starts poisoning them, poisoning friends and family. So people think that no, my sister is crazy. She's not crazy, but starts telling that she's the insane, but such kind of things. So based out of all this, we as a family are at a point where you're like, in as much as you have to go through the immigration, there's just so much that you can go through. Even if your green card is denied, say once you remove your I-751, there's just so much, like mental abuse that has been happening. We're like to a point whereby it's not worth it anymore. Like it's not worth it being in such kind of a scenario anymore.
But Nick, we've probably handled 40 cases like this. She can get her 10-year green card and she can get her citizenship without him.
Okay, yeah, because that's what I've been trying to explain to her. So,
but I bet the one problem, Nick, and not that this is a winnable case. This is a very winnable case.
Yes.
The trick will probably be that this guy's such a control freak, and does he have her physical green card?
No. So luckily, she was left with a physical green card when she was left in the UP of Michigan. Because she asked him to, kind of give her green card and the passport to go look for a job. There's so much into this story that I'm just trying to compress it into.
I gotcha.
Very tiny.
But your good brother taking care of her, Nick.
Yeah. So it's been such a roller coaster that everybody, including my parents back home, don't want to anything to do with this. I mean, all parents have met, both sides have met. There's still conversations between both families on,
all right. So listen. Done with all that stuff.
Yeah.
He's not in charge anymore. You know what's your sister's first name?
I don't know if she'll be comfortable with me sharing her name. I'm just gonna call us Mary. Let's call her Mary.
Mary's in charge. From today on, Mary's in charge. Mary can know in her heart of hearts that she can become a U.S. citizen. This whole thing of, is it worth putting up with all this in order to get a 10-year green card?
Correct.
Forget all that.
Yeah.
Forget all that. We're no more contact with this person. Zero.
Correct.
The only contact with this person is going to be a process server hand delivering a divorce. That's
correct.
It. That's the last thing we're gonna. Everything else can be fixed. We don't ever have to give him any, or certainly have any interaction with his family. This is all wasted energy. We are getting divorced.
Yes.
And we're getting a 10-year green card.
Correct, because that's the point we're at. So because he threatened with divorce and then said now he's not going to be divorcing.
We're going to take control because we're going to file for divorce because we don't need you. We don't need you to keep our green card, and you can do whatever you want. I'm sure you'll say bad things. Does she have, Nick? If I ask you, does she have any proof of the mental abuse?
So when she came, when we picked her up, so we brought her up and then started sending all those threatening things. My sister sent him a long message with all the things that have been happening, and he did not even apologize. That's when he said, "So we're done. So you want me to file for a divorce?" Like that's how bad it was. But and so right now she's kind of going through therapy, like trauma therapy. That
good.
Because it's been traumatic, like a very traumatic experience for her.
So what's your question for me, Nick?
So the question was, given all these facts, what would she do? Do you even think she would qualify for I-751 at this point?
Yes. I mean, she has to get divorced. That's the first
Correct. Part. Yeah.
But one of our former clients, Alejandra, is here, and she says mine included I-751 solo. We handled it for Alejandra. And she said the most important thing right now is her mental and emotional health.
Correct.
She has a solid path. Reach out to us. So she's totally in control. She's got the green card. That guy can fuck off. There's nothing he can do about it. He can even say bad things to her. But at the end of the day, she's going to get, if you do it right and prove up the mental abuse, it's going to take a while, but she can get her citizenship.
Okay, Jim, I think I'm just going to be reaching out to your firm with her just so that we can help her with all.
Nick, email the firm and say, I'm Nick. I was on the show. I want to look at this one myself. So send it to info at like today or tomorrow and say, I'm Nick. I was on the show and I'm the guy with the sister from the Upper Peninsula.
Correct. I will do that, Jim.
And just
Thank you so much.
Major shout out to you, Nick. My mom and brother, her brother, my Uncle Bert, they had to go get my aunt out of an abusive situation. Sometimes you just got to go get the family members that you love.
Yes.
Just literally save them from.
Oh my, yeah. So it was bad. She couldn't differentiate between left and right from the mental abuse she had gone through. She couldn't even drive a car, Jim. I'm like, it was bad.
Yeah.
Like so bad.
I'm sure. I'm glad you went to get her, and I'm glad she's in therapy.
Yes, she is in therapy now.
Thank you, Nick.
Thank you so much, Jim.
Bye, buddy. Well, how about that? Yeah, I mean, sometimes mental health and abuse, it can really take a toll on people. And like I said, sometimes, you know, I think a lot of times people think of a geographic cure and like, oh, if I just moved to Denver, like I tried to do when I was miserable, or otherwise, where people just think, oh, I can go save my, but sometimes you just got to get out of a bad situation. Alejandra says, I had to go through therapy post-divorce, and her therapist offered to share an affidavit to support the case. Personally, I really like working on these cases because if you guys haven't been able to tell yet, I do much better when I'm mad, when I get mad. So like, I don't know if I've told you this before, but like the first 200 times I sued USCIS, every time I hit send on the submit the lawsuit with in CMECF, the electronic filing system, I would always say F you. Like I actually, as I hit so I do better when I'm mad. So cases like that, where you're basically on the side of good and against evil, and it is evil when people, you know, hold out a green card and a pair of scissors and say, I'm going to cut it up. Like you're God or something. You're not God. That guy's not God, and he's not USCIS. And I don't even care if he sends a mean letter. So she just married me for my green card. Oh yeah? Well, wait till we're done with you, buddy. All right. Alina's here. Hi, Alina.
Hi, Jim. Thank you for taking my call.
How are you?
I'm pretty great. Thank you. And yourself?
Great.
So I have been on the show in November. I'm pretty sure you don't remember, so I'm going to sum up really quick.
Awesome.
I was really upset because I got a denial. My green card was denied. I had a marriage-based green card application. Mm-hmm. And it was about a cruise that I went on, and they got confused.
Right.
But I was very confident in my case, so I decided to file a lawsuit against them.
Good.
And they gave me the green card.
Awesome. That's great.
In less than like a month and a half, they gave me the green card. So that's all good. Now, my questions to you is, as I'm going to start already working on my next steps. So the first question that I have is, when it comes to the proof of my relationship, will I need to repeat anything of what I gave them so far, or should I just give from now moving forward?
You're talking about for the I-751?
Yes. So yeah. I'm also a little bit confused regarding, because I got the conditional. Yeah, I got the conditional green card. So I'm also confused about applying for the 10-year, like to remove the conditional, but then also to apply for citizenship.
Okay, so let me walk you through it. What's the start month and year of your green card? Is it like February of 2024?
January 29th, 2024.
Okay, so before January 29th of 2026, in those 90 days before, you'll file that I-751. And you'll submit new marriage evidence, nothing old. They don't want anything old. I mean, you'll still have to submit your marriage certificate, but nothing evidence-wise from before. It'll just be from January of 2024 until January of 2026.
Okay.
Now, those 751s used to take 4 or 5 months. Now they take over 2 years. So what'll happen is, if you're still married and everything's good with your marriage, a year later, you're eligible to apply for citizenship. So you will go ahead and apply for citizenship. And then probably what will happen is they'll call you in for a combo interview. They'll call you in for the 751 and the N400. And it'll probably be the N400 actually moves the 751 to completion.
Okay.
So that'll be the timeline. And again, you can apply 3 months early for the 751 and 3 months early for citizenship. So you can actually file at the 2 year and 9 month mark for citizenship.
Okay.
Okay.
And yeah, thank you so much. And I have one more question that I don't see it mentioned, and because the previous call was quite interesting, but they mentioned mental health.
Yeah.
I was curious if you could talk, and then I can just leave the call. If you could talk about going for an interview as someone being on the spectrum, like having autism or things like that? Because I don't see it mentioned too much about how, because it's always about you need to act like this and like that. But what about the people on the spectrum? How are they going to be
And are you talking, Alina, about the petitioner or the beneficiary?
the beneficiary?
Beneficiary. Okay. Yeah. Well, I can take you off camera if you want while I answer this. Would you like that? Is that what you wanted?
No, it's fine. I was just saying if you just want to talk.
And what kind of benefit? What kind of benefit? For a green card or for citizenship?
Yeah,
for green card. Well, I would say that the closest I've come to with that is I've had some people who've had medical conditions related to their memory, and we've had to demonstrate with medical documentation as to why they were behaving in a certain way. So I would think that the same analogy would sort of apply. I mean, if it's a green card case and the beneficiary has autism, I would say that it's probably going to be up to the petitioner to sort of explain to the officer, if the beneficiary can't explain it on their own, why they're behaving a little bit differently than the officer's used to seeing. I would say most officers are going to be pretty easygoing about that. As long as it doesn't keep them from being able to participate in the interview, I don't think it's going to be a big problem.
Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Alina. Awesome. I'm glad you got your green card.
Yay.
Yeah. All right. Muhaib's here. Hello, Muhaib.
Hi, Jim. Can you take me off camera?
You already did, but you are off camera. Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So I have a question. I was planning to travel to the US, and I am currently in India. I have applied for the visa, and there is some error. I was having the emergency visa approval. I was having a business conference to attend in the US, and I got my emergency approval as well. But now and after that, I have to apply for the emergency appointments. But the US visa have changed their portal. It's a new portal, but that there's a lot of errors therein. I am applying for the portal. I am choosing the slots. I am clicking on submit. There is error. I am waiting. I am calling the support center. They are saying wait 24 to 48 hours, but they have ruined my trip. It's more than a month now. I am still in the portal. There is no support system. They are not giving any resolution. I paid the fees. I lost my trip and everything. I am very much frustrated right now. What should I do?
What kind of visa?
It's a B1 visa.
So you're applying for a visit visa to the United States?
Yes, it was a business trip. I had a business letter, and I also got the emergency appointment approval as well. I have raised multiple cases, but they are not giving any resolution. There is some system error, technical error that is avoiding me to confirm the slot.
What embassy?
U.S. Embassy at New Delhi.
Delhi. Okay, so your question for me is what? How can I make this happen? I think you're not getting your visa.
Yes, I am not. This it is troubling me for getting the visa appointment.
But most visit visas are denied. I'm not surprised that you didn't get it. I don't think there's anything.
No, that's fine, but that will be denied at the level of interview. But I am first not able to get the visa appointment due to their technical errors.
Okay. So
is there anything I can do, or is there any resolution that we can work on?
No. You just got to keep trying. That's all you can do. There's no right to a visit visa. There's no right to them even having a system that works properly. So I'm not surprised that the system doesn't work properly, but Delhi's one of the most busy embassies in the world, and giving visit visas to people for business that's not high on their list of things. So I think you're sort of screwed.
Yes, I think like there's no accountability. I'm calling the customer support. They are saying we can't do anything. It's a technical thing. We have forwarded it, but it's more than 3 weeks right now, but there's no resolution to my case.
Yeah, but right. I think you're just stuck. To me, it's all about, did I get the visa or not? You're not getting the visa, so I don't know if you're going to.
But my emergency approval was approved. Request was approved. I had all the documents.
Anything doesn't mean anything. The fact that they expedite, when they say they expedite it, they don't. When they say they expedite it and they allegedly expedite it, that doesn't give you a right to say for sure they're going to approve the visa or that their systems are going to work. I don't know why you're so surprised that they're not following their own systems. They're idiots. This happens all the time. This is not unusual what you're telling me.
Just so I think like
What do you do for a living?
I am a lawyer. I am also working in MNC.
Yeah, so maybe in India things work differently, but in America, when it comes to the embassy, they don't follow their rules all the time.
Yes, I wanted to file a suit, but I don't think that having their diplomatic immunity that won't work.
You can't sue them.
Because there's no,
Not for a visit.
yes.
Nobody has the right to visit America.
No, I am not suing for the visit visa, but for the system that we have paid the fees, but they are not giving the services to
I'm going
them.
to move on. I wish you well.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. Yeah, nothing you can do about visit visas. Nothing you do about crappy technology. Nothing you can do about embassies not doing what they're supposed to do. And you sure as hell can't buy your travel plans because they said they're going to expedite it. Question, what do you got for me? Question, you're on mute. Hello, question. You got a nice ceiling there.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey Jim, how you doing?
I'm great. How you doing?
I'm doing great, sir. So I have one question that uh, I'm a permanent resident on asylum. I got my green card based on asylum,
Great.
and I have to file my taxes. And I got married with a lady that came here as an asylee also. So how I can proceed the tax things?
I don't understand. What's the question?
Like, I have to file my taxes 2023, right?
Yeah.
And I got married last year on I think July,
Okay.
and I have to file my taxes. So should I file married with jointly or separately?
From an immigration standpoint, it's always better to file jointly.
But they are asking for ITIN number or SSN number for my wife, and she don't have it there.
So you haven't gotten your work card yet?
No, she didn't get the work card. She just filed her asylum, I think just a month ago.
Yeah, then it's okay.
It's okay, just file separately?
Mm-hmm.
All right, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, good luck. All right, Rocio's asking, Jim, can you tell us more about your fasting? What type of food do you eat to break it? So usually what I'll do is I'll have some toast and some fruit and try to have some kind of protein. So usually eggs, something in the morning. So right now we have to start our fast right around 5:30. I usually do it earlier, so I don't know the exact time, but start the fast around 5, drink a bunch of water, drink some Gatorade, drink some juice, try to get as much fluids in me as I can. I've been going back to sleep for an hour after because I got to take Nora to school. And then breaking the fast, like we went to an iftar the other day at our friend Shireen's house, and we just had lots of different Egyptian things. But usually, especially now, the first couple days, you want to eat all this extra. Right now, I'm pretty much just eating a regular dinner. Unfortunately, with Nora having all that softball, we haven't eaten out a lot. So some Chipotle, probably not the healthiest of eating, because after you've been fasting for 13 hours, you just sort of want to eat whatever you can get in your mouth. But trying to do better and be more purposeful about that. Again, at night, more water. We break our fast with a date, and then we pray, and then we eat. So we've had some real crappy dates. They were dry. I bought them. Amani was mad because I got them out of a refrigerator at a local market, and she's like, "Don't ever buy your dates out of the refrigerator. That's always a good sign." So we were at not Sam's, but Costco on Saturday, and we found some Medjool dates. Those are the best, and those were really good and really soft, and so much better to have those Medjool dates, and they were nice and soft. Last year, my buddy Brent's mom, she lives in Arizona. She sent us dates from Arizona. Those were the best. Oh my gosh. Oh, Hina's going to send me some fresh ones. Well, I'll tell you the other thing. On Saturday when we went to the Egyptian party, there's people that take out the pits and they put in nuts. That was really good. I really liked that. Pineapple lemon's causing trouble, making me laugh. Robert gave up soda for Lent. I've been trying to drink a lot. I've had hardly any soda during Ramadan too. My therapist really wants me to get off diet soda. And so we'll see. But I think I've had soda. So this is day 15, probably 3 or 4 times. So that's good for me. Usually I've got that big old bucket. of diet soda, which is not good. Yusuf is back. What's up, Yusuf? He's laughing at all my Ramadan fasting stories.
I'm really enjoying it. I was like, I even left a comment. I was like, what about dates? ?
Yep, dates. Yep. That's what we start with.
I'm glad you got the mature ones. They're really good.
Much better.
Yeah. So I have just a few questions here. Do you have an experience with the Baltimore field office?
Oh, I love the Baltimore field office. It's one of my favorites.
Oh, really? They're good?
Yeah, we sue them a lot, and they.
Oh, God.
No, but I like them. I mean, they're very professional. You know, one time I had an Iraqi guy who had worked with U.S. Armed Forces for like 3 years, and for some reason they sat on his citizenship case, and he was always really stressed out about it. He thought that the federal government thought bad things about him. His brother-in-laws always said bad things about him. Oh, they're not approving you because you're a terrorist or something. And so
that's awful.
Yeah, so we sued him, and we went to his interview, and the officer came out from behind his desk and shook his hand and thanked him for
Oh, wow.
working with U.S. Armed Forces, and approved it on the spot. So yeah, for sure.
That's amazing. Okay, that's really amazing, honestly. Okay, so that's good to hear. Because I submitted my case, and that's where I'm expecting to
What kind
if
of
I
case?
have an interview.
Green
It's
card?
AOS, adjustment of
Yeah,
status.
I mean, they're very organized. I think the field office director. Sorry for suing him, but he's great, and he gets things moving. Like I even had a case once in Baltimore where it was a citizenship case, and it was on a Saturday, and we had the interview at 7, and my guy naturalized at 11 on a Saturday. So they're working hard over there.
Okay, that's good to hear. That's really good to hear, because when I looked up on the USCIS website, it says like 24 months processing.
I don't know how
time.
fast they are. That I don't know. I don't know generally. I don't think of them as slower than other field offices. I just think it's a busy field office. It's the whole state.
Gotcha.
And so that's everybody who works in DC but lives in Maryland. That's a whole lot of people.
True. It's the DMV area. It's insane. Yeah. The second one is like, do you think, as like, let's say the father of my spouse, for example, if he's the co-sponsor in our case, do you think that that's a proof on itself?
Yeah, I think that helps.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
I'm good
amazing.
with that.
Okay. Also, the last thing, I have a residency in Kuwait, and Kuwait basically every 6 months you need to enter the country to keep that residency. So if I get that travel parole, I know it's not a good idea to travel on it, but do you think I need to keep that residency? Do you think it's
Yeah.
okay for me to do it?
Were you in status at the time you filed for your green card?
Yes, I am still in status. I'm
Yeah.
an international student.
So you're saying, Jim, is it okay with me to go back to Kuwait with my advanced parole while my green card case is pending when I was in status at the time that I filed?
Yes.
I'm cool with that.
Okay, perfect. That's amazing. I just don't want to lose that residency. Thank you so much, Jim.
Thanks, Yusuf. See you, buddy. Keep us posted.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody, the comments are making me laugh, as they always do. Comments are the best part of the show. If you guys don't know that by now, comments are the best part of the show. I don't think I got a big up today. I did get some big ups from our friend Rich in Florida, but I don't know if Donna's here today, but she's probably recovering from being on with me yesterday. That was so much fun. PM is here. What do you say, PM?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Relatively quick. So I'm on a J1 student visa. My visa stamp expires in August, but I have a 2-year extension on my DS 2019 for academic training. My plan now is to apply for the waiver of the 2-year home requirement. The question is, if I want to go back home and get a new stamp, of course, if I have the waiver, they're going to see that as immigrant intent.
That's right.
But what if, because my employer is going to start a green card process for me, if I tell the embassy, yes, I do have immigrant intent, but I'm already like in the process, do you think that would be okay, or is it?
Oh, that'd be worse. That's even worse than just filing for the waiver. Yeah. What is the basis of your waiver?
I'm going to ask for the no objection from my country. I don't have any funding from them or anything. So
that's good. And do you know, so one thing that I've always been amazed about is there's like these secret places where people on J1s from particular countries all talk to each other. And like Brazil, everybody's like, oh yeah, they'll give you a no objection letter, no problem. So do you know if you're from a country where the government gives out those no objection letters sort of freely?
Yeah, I don't expect any problem. I
So then I would say stay here until the green card part gets moving and you get advanced parole.
Okay.
Or go over. I mean, how much time do you have left on your J1?
Well, I just got the DS. The actual stamp is end of August, so
you would go before then.
So that's the option you would recommend, like going like before August, getting the new stamp, and then applying for the waiver.
Yep.
Okay, and even if I'd be going, and they're gonna see that I have a 2-year extension because of academic training, do they not?
That is in and of itself a problem, but probably not a big one. What embassy are you talking about?
Yeah, Uruguay.
Oh yeah, I think you'd be okay.
Okay, I was just wondering, they're gonna say, oh well, you have a job offer, and it's gonna, that also shows immigrant intent or not necessarily? No. Okay. All right, but definitely then wait until after I get the new stamp to apply for the waiver.
Sounds good.
Okay, thank you so much for your time. Yeah.
Yep. All right, everybody, that'll do it for today's show. I'm glad to have Pineapple Lemon back in the fold. They went to great trouble, even got a new email address so they could come back to the show. So thank you, Pineapple. Tomorrow, noon Central. So same time as today. Tomorrow will be at noon Central. Noor's got soccer kicking up, so we'll be doing some earlier shows. I do think we get more people later on in the day, so we'll keep trying to do those. I know Hina likes it when we go early. But I hope you all have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow.